What up, everybody? Hold on one second. You mean the title screen? Wee. Title screen. There you go. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrecking Wolf live stream of D&D madness or not. We'll see. So, last time where we left off was take it away, you guys, while I load load my page.
I'll let Picross start off first.
Oh god.
Oh, all right. So how it basically started was I got caught by a short, white-haired character. Didn't really remember his name, to be fair, but he seems to have dipped off and probably had it in for tomorrow. And then I just stealthed by these people. None of them could catch a glimpse of this bird as I unlocked all their cages. They don't deserve to have the cages.
Hashtag free
Biggie,
Edgar.
hashtag free Edgar, free my boy Edgar. Biggie, on the other hand, decided to bust in and stop the fight that was going on the table. Custom made mahogany, apparently. Uh, and there's apparently this whole demonic armor that got shattered because Biggie can do that. I don't think I can. I'll have to check that out. In the meanwhile, I freed a few extra people other than my boy Edgar. Was not planning on it, but cage is not my style.
Sonny, you did what?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, so we stopped the murderer that had killed everyone up to this point. So I guess that's where we left off.
Yeah. So, the. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. My brain was like, wait, mush. So yes, fight, but then it just died down a bit because of the armor. Okay. So, this person on the floor is, on the table itself, kind of like knocked out. You see a, navy blue tiefling, horns, up to, like, about, like, a little bit off, and then the teal green bluish, like, hair tied up in a ponytail, all messed up and stuff like that. You don't see their eyes because it's closed, and they're like about 5'3". They're kind of like wearing this kimono, not kimono, like kind of like a hijori kind of a little bit, but like tattered everywhere, and they're unconscious right now. So, as that, you guys see that, Rowan is like, it's over.
See, I told you that I was good at that. Just a bit messy, that's all. By the way, you might want to patch up that guy's arm. He's losing a lot of blood.
Alright, and then they go over, and, oddly enough, you kind of, like, see them, kind of, like, trying to work their way with the arm and everything, and do some sort of healing magic on them. And then the other three, they're confused right now at the moment. They're like, oh, what the heck happened? And, yeah, go ahead.
Now that that's all been taken care of and everything, y'all can do your duties and make sure this person doesn't really get killed. It'd be imperative to figure out what happened, like how did this armor come to be, all that type of stuff. Also, give this person a fair trial. Matter of fact, none of you touch him. None of you guys touch him. Or, I think that's a him. Biggie go takes a closer look.
You take a closer look. It's a female.
Oh. It is a woman.
She looks about 17, 18 years old.
A rather young adult, too. You don't see those every day. Wait, she did all this damage?
Rowan's like, well, yeah, according to my boss, anyways. Oh, Monday! Yeah, Dad! I don't know! Oh, sorry, I'm back.
Is Rohan your dad?
Rowan?
Well,
No.
your boss.
Oh. Rio's my boss, is
Sorry.
Rowan.
Right. You have to forgive me. The concussion for the shatters kind of joggled my brain just a little bit. It's not very smart for me to do it at close range like that. But considering that, well, my face was about to get split, I kind of had no choice.
Hmm.
And again, sorry for anyone else that got caught in a blast. It was didn't really give a proper warning on that. Anyway, you have some place that we can set her up where she doesn't really attack, but is not really in danger. I know it's very odd, but I'm very specific about this.
Well, you wanna, like, hang out in the boss's headquarters, I mean, you know, room and stuff, you can.
Is the boss still here?
No, he went on to some sort of quest or something. He's very vague about that, anyways. One says.
Vague, you say. How recently did your boss leave?
About, like, 6 hours ago, more or less, and then Hanzo attacked.
I see. Well then, I suppose that rune will be fine, provided there are no dead bodies or anything in there. So why don't we just go ahead and take it on over, fellow soldiers? If you would not mind to escort this unconscious person to the room. No shifty business, please.
At first they don't budge, and then Rowan kind of gives the look, nod, and then they just immediately like goes in and basically go and carry the unconscious person.
The same pick is also just slowly sneaking away and trying to find other cages to unlock.
Alright, give me stealth and perception really quick.
So that should be a +10 because I don't think it's been long enough for my thing to run out.
Alright. So perception 8, stealth. Oh.
At 20 on perception and an 18 on stealth.
Okay. So you're not. Figgy can. Everybody else in that room can tell that you guys are. That you are sneaking out, and tomorrow's like, what are you doing?
18 on stealth.
Oh no, 18 on stealth. Oh, okay. I thought you said.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
get +10.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Retcon it. Alright, so you sneak really greatly, and okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Be right back. Sounds. Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that perception on that their stealth. Apparently we match. So we'll see where it goes from there.
Don't mind Pick just slowly backing away.
Just little bird feet sounds just clacking on the concrete floor.
Hello. I am back. And now we're back to our scheduled show.
Right. Figgy has rolled his perception and he got 18, so it matches with the stealth. So what happens, DM?
Okay. Give me a D4. Whoever's the highest gets
A D4?
Dang.
Oh, he automatically won. I got a 1.
Yeah. So Figgy could tell just the corner of his eye.
You just barely beat me too.
Though on your way out, Pick, you can you can see that there is hold on. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. You see two other ones on the north part of the room, and then two giant hole chests there.
Wait, where do I see them?
You see them right here. When you're walking out, you see these right here. These two. There's a teal looking one and there's a golden looking one. And they're like behind like, bars and stuff.
These?
I know, these. One. Right. The
Oh, those.
yes.
Alright, so I see what? I see a golden teal looking what?
Treasure box or treasure box, and the other one is golden treasure box.
Hmm. Well, they're not people, so I don't mind that much.
Okay, then cool. Alright. So
Could you excuse me for a moment? I think I left something rather important outside. I'll meet you guys in the boss's room. But just for clarification, what is the boss's room?
it
it on
is
the...
it is gonna be in the shows the map. Just below the dining hall for the soldiers.
Ah, yes, excellent, of course. We'll meet you there. Just make sure there's no dead bodies and stuff in there, and we'll be right there with you with the proper proceedings, interrogations, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Tamara, come, please.
Alright. Cool. And Figgy and Tamara, where do you guys go? Where do you guys go?
We got to make sure that our friend Peek is okay. So,
Alright.
I think I heard something going on in some other direction, so why don't we go and investigate that?
Alright, for sure.
Cool.
So you can go over there, and easy enough, you find Pick kind of like in the middle of the hallway.
Hey, Peek.
Hi.
Did you manage to free Edgar?
Yeah, Edgar's free. So's Red, and these two other people that were locked up. Yeah,
Wait,
they have like a couple. They have a couple things in their cells. Like, there's even two chests, like a golden one and some other colored chest.
Wait, what?
But
You hold on a second. You said two other people?
oh yeah, there were two other people. One of which was a wrongfully accused person when we went to investigate the mansion.
Wait. I thought Michaela was in the same cell with Edgar.
What, Red? No, they moved her here.
All right, that's right. Edgar was already outside of. Wait. Uh. Wait. You said so. Let me get this straight. You released Red, right?
Yeah.
And you said that you released two other people.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not really sure. One of them's a thief. The other one was wrongfully accused. So
Wrongfully accused of what crime and what thief?
I'm not really sure about the thief. All I know is that they're trying. Like, they said something about doing it for good reasons. They seem to be telling the truth about that. But the one that was wrongfully accused, you remember when we went to the crime scene with the, what did you call it, a black blade? The katana evil thing? Yeah. The person they set to jail for that one was in this room.
Black blade katana evil?
I don't know. You used the little magic sense thingy. I'm not sure how it works.
Wait. Magic sense katana blade. Where was this?
Let's see. It was like we were investigating the murders of Red being wrongfully accused, so we went to the place that they had all happened.
The mansion, yes. Eisenberg Mansion.
Yeah. And so, like, on our way there, we saw a place that had also gotten a bunch of people just dead on the floor. Flew in to investigate. You talked to one of the police chiefs or whatever. I saw that someone that all those deaths were done by a katana. I came back. You told me about the whole magical colored blade.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Yes, dude, yes.
Wow. And she got caught for that.
Yeah, they arrested her. Like, we heard about them arresting them. We asked a few questions. They were like, "Don't worry about it." Well, here she is, wrongfully accused, and I just got her out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh,
That's cool. As
yeah, and
long
then
as
they
you
had
have
a.
as long as you
And
have good reason for it.
the good reason is that no one should be in a cage.
I mean, it depends on what the reason there is for the cage, but I understand your sentiment.
Hey.
Anyways, yeah. Other
Yo.
than that,
Uh, oh, sorry. I might have to cut this one a bit short. Um,
Uh, how short we talking?
like 20 minutes?
Okay,
Yeah.
we can do that. Is it like a family function thing going on?
You just want me to go and, like, clean it like that. Which, um, how about, guys, how about tomorrow?
Uh, sure. We can do like 20 minutes now. We could do some more of the session tomorrow if you're done with that. Pick.
yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All good. All good. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Person wrongfully accused for magic blade that we discovered on the way over to the Eisenberg mansion, and also a thief.
Yeah. And also two treasure chests apparently just in there as well. I don't know why they locked up the treasure chest. That's like really weird. Don't you like give that to the bank or something? You and your
Uh,
money hoarding is weird.
that is weird, but considering the fact that this is more of like a police thing, they probably have their reasons for it.
Mm,
Then again, there are some shady people in here, so we don't know exactly if it's 100% legitimate money or not. But these particular guys here seem to be at least a bit on the up and up.
mhm.
Okay.
But
And you,
yeah, let us head on over to the office, and we should be meeting the other guards there, and that way we can get a bit more insight onto what exactly happened and why a huge massacre occurred here in this little fortress.
Yeah, you guys go ahead do that. I'm gonna go check on Edgar and the orc chick that we left outside.
Okay, just be careful who you decide to let out, especially now that the guards are no longer in combat. If they find out that you've been letting out prisoners here, it might paint a really bad picture for all of us.
Hmm.
Especially if you end up letting out the wrong people.
Meh. We'll see what happens when things happen. Woo! And then I just fly away.
I'm sorry, somebody, did he just say meh?
Meh? Yeah, I heard him.
What the fuck? Rem-
I don't.
Remind me to buy a flask because there's moments like these where I could take a nice sip of tequila.
Tequila. That's some good shit there. Okay. So we head back over to the office, or
Heading over to the Black Void, that is the office.
Black Boy of the office. Okay. Let me reveal. Where? As you walk by a bunch of the dead bodies and everything, you go inside and it's actually open, like hinged open. As if. Actually, give me perception.
Perception. Another 8.
Okay, so it looks like it appears to be or like basically broken off. But you go inside the room, the office, and it's loitered and it's messy and it's as if somebody rummaged through it. All but with two chests, which are basically locked, or if you look closer, it's as if the locks were almost pick locked. There's a bunch of
Pick
like
lock successfully, or pick lock
they
successfully, or pick lock like attempted but failed.
attempted but failed, and you see a bunch of like pieces of like when you play Skyrim, there's that lock pick and it breaks. It's a bunch of like little like picking stuff on the floor.
One could say broken picks.
Yep.
Well, looks like somebody wanted to get something out of here that they had no access to. Let's see. I wanted to take a look at the door to see if there's any like katana slash to signify if it was a mysterious person whose name we do not know yet.
Mm.
Not Hanazawa, Hagane. If it was Hagane's katana.
A Hagane's katana?
Well, that was the person's name, right? The person that was wearing the demon armor.
Hanazawa. That's the name of the person. Yeah. So you check. Give me investigation really quick. Alright. Okay. So as you you look closer and there's no katana marks on it or anything, but there is dagger marks instead. Like with the paper, it's as if they deliberately wanted to just cross off a bunch of stuff, a lot of like paperwork and everything, and but on the table you can see there's a speck of silver hair.
Somebody with silver hair apparently was here. And he also did a nice damage on the door with some dagger marks. So, my guess is that there was another person in here trying to rummage through the place while the chaos was happening. As for who that was, I'm not entirely sure. I don't wait. Who else did we see in here that had silver colored hair?
You recall, there was... Actually, give me history. Because you've been busy with other things.
I think you did see they were a dark elf, right?
It was a halfling. No, yeah, it was a dark elf, and then there's another one that was a halfling. But
22.
22. So, you remember when Pick kind of like let go of a silver-haired dark elf, and that's the hair of that person, as you can surmise. Tomorrow's like, yeah, damn, this room is messing than my room. I have water.
Considering your profession, I would figure you'd be a neat freak.
My room is a mess. Everything else is just, tidy. For some reason.
You know what? That's a mood.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the person up in here might have been that dark elf friend that we saw on the way over to the commotion that was upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But now the question remains, I wonder what that dark elf probably wanted. Might not be important, but if it somehow impedes with our own little investigation, that could lead to some problems.
Maybe they wanted to steal something valuable here. I don't know. Considering the, you know, the pick locked uh, boxes over there.
True. That is a possibility. Hmm. Though I won't lie, I am kind of curious to see what there was actually in those boxes, but I'm not really one to, well, I'm not that other person that used to work with us.
Hmm.
Whose name I'm slightly forgetting right now. But you remember the one that was the rogue that was also an air that was also like an air genasi, I believe.
That's interesting.
The one that constantly calls me a cat.
Oh. Yeah. um. And then as you say that, the guards bring in the unconscious tiefling to the room. I'm just gonna like put this. So the guards can like wait outside. They carry in the person and Rowan, and they just wait outside that thing. And they just kind of like they start to go and help out with the bodies and everything, just to not have them stacked like right here and everything. So
Okay.
one of them throws up in the process, but like they're still helping. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to pick. What are you doing?
Alright, so I'm gonna go off and do a little pick adventure.
Alright,
For starters, let's go ahead and let's go check out the
been
prison
so
buildings before.
okay.
Yeah, like that here.
Alright, what do you do?
I'm gonna see if there's anyone still in prison right now.
Um, there is actually, yeah, if you look around, there's actually this young woman right in one of the cells, and she's kind of like fetal position, and she's kind of like traumatized at this point.
Like, ah, hey there. What are you in the prison for?
I was also walking by, and who are you?
Hi, my name's Pick. Picard. Most people just call me Pick though. You are?
Sarah.
All right, Sarah. So what are you in here for?
I don't know. I just woke up here. I was walking down the road and outside the city, and then some people came over and just basically I did turn everything turned her back.
All right, so I'm gonna incite that.
Alright.
See if she's telling the truth.
Uh,
25.
25. She's definitely telling the truth. She's very, very nervous about it.
All right. Wow, that really must suck. Let me try this key out. Can I try the key that I pickpocketed to see if that one works?
Yeah. So you put in the key, and when you turn the lock and everything, it opens.
All right. Well,
Mm.
you can leave. I will warn you, you do seem to be the traumatic type. There are dead bodies sort of spewing around, just a forewarning.
The
But it
mention,
should be fairly.
the mention of bodies, she kind of like shakes. No, not the bodies. There's blood everywhere.
Ah, that that is how living organisms work. Yes. Uh, I'm kind of a hunter, so like I'm kind of used to seeing dead things. Uh, Unfortunate for these soldiers to lose their lives, but it's the way of the life. Uh, if you're not comfortable going out on your own, just like you can stick with me for like a few minutes, and I can try guiding you out.
Give me persuasion.
All right, persuasion. Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and try using. Let me see if I still have any instants left before I say I'm gonna try using this spell. Yeah, I still have witness spell.
Alright,
Cool.
you can reroll that if you want.
Persuasion. Come on, man.
Well, um,
12.
12. She kind of like is hesitant just to even like stand up and walk, but she's like, I'll just stay in here. What's more safer in here than over there?
I don't think it's really that safe. This place seems to be a very shady organization. I would not trust them with anyone's lives, if I'm being honest.
Um, and give me one more persuasion.
Yeah, I'm also going to toss in. You are not the first wrongful persecution. Like, there was a whole other person in here that just got picked up off the road. 14.
And the mention of that, she kind of like slightly puts her head up a little bit in attention. You're like, really?
Yeah, I just let them out recently. Like, they already got out of here, so, you know.
She slowly stands up. You can tell she's a little bit weak, but like, you tell, she goes and like kind of like walks slowly towards the door. And you can set me free.
Yeah, I mean, all I gotta do is just like I said, a lot of the bodies are dead, so like there's no one really here to stop us except for people who are currently distracted by my allies trying to solve the murder situation. They've already caught them.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, yeah. You want like some food or anything?
I haven't eaten in like a couple of days. Yes, I'm. And then her stomach starts to growl. Oh,
I'm
right.
gonna give her a ration.
She carefully like grabs a ration and starts to nibble, and then from that nibble, it just starts to just she eats fast, and then she kind of like coughs a bit, and then she goes, and then she's like, I'm fine. Goes and eats the. It was like she was hungry, super hungry. Food.
By any chance, did you see pink hair lady like lead here? She has like long ears.
It, were they wearing a red jacket or sweater? Mm,
I'm not too sure, but I think so. I wasn't
mm,
like the comrades that came here were looking for that said individual. I'm assuming they found them, and I'm just wondering if they managed to get out. A cat
mm,
person.
mm.
Uh,
I've seen a cat um person and some other one I forgot, and um yeah, and a couple minutes later they left, and then like 30 to 40 minutes ago, the pink haired one walked by my cell, but you see, and then she like whispers, I kind of see their aura a little bit. Um, they're not normal, aren't they?
no, they're not. I also saw that. Probably caught me off guard for a full minute. But yeah. Uh, if they're out, then how about we start heading out too? Uh, you know.
Okay, and she can like take your hand. Look at Hollywood, like okay.
And how tall are they?
They're like about 5 feet.
It looks like I'm the child in this situation because I'm not that tall. I'm a very person.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so I'm
Mhm.
now guiding them out. Uh, so like,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah. So as you're getting out, if Sarah out, you hear her say, um, his that pink haired person has a lot of dark energy around them. Um, are they bad?
That's still up for debate. It seems more like a lineage thing, to be honest. So like, I guess life gave them darkness. Let's see if they can make light out of it. I'm not sure. Uh,
Oh, what the
yeah.
fuck was that?
Hmm. And
All I know is that the individual doesn't he technically have mommy issues, so you know.
um, mommy issues.
Yeah, you know, like maternal problems. Their mother isn't exactly apparently the greatest person, you know, trauma like that. Uh,
Hmm.
Sometimes it builds character, sometimes it breaks it. You never know.
Um, I still have a family, but I don't know how that works. Um, my parents are probably out, worrying about me. Um, it's been, oh god, like almost 2 weeks.
Wow, that's really tough. Well, hopefully you get home safely, and I'm gonna continue like guiding her out.
Okay. As you're guiding her out, she follows you, and Edgar kind of like perches on your shoulder a little bit.
Hmm. Hey, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways, by any chance, did you go back to check on the orc lady? And how's Red doing?
You speak in bird.
Yeah.
He just starts to squall and squawk and everything. And translation: orc lady is sleeping. Red hair lady. Red hair lady is with her too, but also pink haired person.
All right, so they all got out. All right, cool. Well, let's go to see Red. Uh,
And 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 you guys go out there
mhm.
and you grab you or oh, not the dead body.
Came along for the ride.
Yes. So you head up there and so you see um the orc lady kind of like sleeping, and there's Shay, which is basically kind of like um basically trying to bury the bodies, some
Mhm,
like in a barrel, like with dirt on them,
mhm.
and they look at you. Uh, it I'm just giving him the proper burial, and
All right.
walks up and then just sits on the crate. I see.
Mhm.
Red is
Hey, Red.
hi. Um, Edgar, and kind of like Edgar kind of like flies over to her and just perches on her shoulder, and Red kind of like grabs like little like bird seed and just gives it to him. Here you go. Edgar's giving the little cuddles with the bird cuddles.
Mhm.
Like, thank you. And she give me an insight really quick.
Alright, insight. 25.
Alright, so you see that Red is eyeing Shay like she wants to flirt with her. Shay, you can tell that does not getting the message. Oblivious. And she just kind of like looks at Red. Shay's like, what? Red's like, oh, it's just your eyes. Shay's like, yeah, they're gold. Why? Red's like, huh. So yeah, you see that.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant myself right in between Orc Lady and
Mm-hmm.
Shay. And I'm gonna tell the other person who I brought with us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the exit. You can walk down the stairs and you'll be free to go. No one's gonna stop you. Hope you can make it to your family, all right? And then I'm gonna whisper over to Shay. Uh, I think Red likes you.
Shay's like, whispers back, hey, what? I mean, we just met. No big deal, right? I mean, she was kind of clingy to me.
Yeah, that's kind of the hint that she might like you.
I thought she was clingy because she basically missed her pet raven or whatever. Edgar?
Yeah, his name's Edgar. He's my boy.
Oh, so you know him? Okay. I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah, I forget you're a bit of a social inept outcast situation. I'm also not that great at it, but I'm receptive to it. I'm awkward around real people.
Yeah, I'm not good with people, to be honest. Either, so. Red's kind of like flashing her eyelashes at Shay. Shay's like, kind of like, what are you looking at? Red's like, oh, nothing. I thought your hair was pretty cool. She's like, um, thanks, I dyed it. Red's like,
Oh, what dye did you use?
pink dye. And Red's, and,
What brand?
um, it's just dyed with magic.
Huh, I didn't know magic could do that. But then again, there's also thermopyric and stuff like that, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, meanwhile, with, Figgy. So meanwhile, Figgy, what's Figgy doing? So, Rowan comes in with, the unconscious person, and Thorn's kind of like looking around a little bit.
Alright, is everything all set?
Rowan's like, yeah, it's, puts them down on, like, the couch.
Okay, I have one very important question.
Hmm.
Do you have a mop?
We have lots of mops, Rowan says.
Alright, I need you to bring me a mop with a bucket of water, please. Trust me, it'll all make sense once that happens.
And she's like, actually, give me insight, actually. Insight to see if you could read any Rowan's emotions at the moment. you
That's a
know,
6. I can't read shit.
Ron's like, sure thing, Your Majesty. Goes and walks out.
Please and thank you.
Figgy's over here trying to read the general. Pick has already found the romance between two NPCs.
or try up the romance in one for one NPC, the other NPC does not know shite. I was like, oh jeez, what crawled up her ass?
Uh, I don't know. I think a lot of these guards are actually kind of stuck up at the end of the day. Part of their nature, I think.
She looked.
Then again, I did ask for a rather weird request, but trust me, it'll make sense.
Well, I looks at the chests. Looks at Figgy. Can we grab any of those or no?
One second. You're asking me if it is morally objectable to go ahead and rummage through their things.
Yeah, I mean, why would they be, important to this person? I would like to know.
It would help probably with the investigation or something like that. So, I think you have a point. Watch the door while I go ahead and go check these things out. Make sure she doesn't come back. If she comes back, give me a signal, okay?
Sure.
Uh-uh.
Alright.
Hypocrisy!
Hypocrisy. Alright. So, you like to unlock these, pick with a pick, give me sleight of hand.
23.
Oh. So, apparently, you pick, lock, and lock. It opens. The lock opens. And now it's unlocked.
Alright. What do we have here in this box?
A lot of papers describing, like, how to fraud somebody.
Oh!
And also a bunch of gold.
Well, as a good Samaritan, I think it would be a good idea to not have this type of information within our law enforcement, unless they're going to use it to try to detect fraud. So, snatch.
All the papers. Alright. You snatched the papers. Did you take anything else?
The papers. The gold, I'll let tomorrow decide what to do with the gold.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Watch the door first.
Got it. Cool.
But how much gold did I pick up and give to tomorrow, basically?
I give 100 gold.
Okay.
Alright, so give me another sleight of hand without the other one.
Alright. Let's see here. That's a 10.
That actually works. So just, you open it. It takes a little bit of time, but like, you open it. As you open it, there is, like, what's it called? Basically a lot of documents for, basically saying about, illegal actions through the faction. For example, there's like some receipts of like, assassinations of like secret assassinations of different like stuff on there, people on there. And one of them, you look at the list, there's two names. One of them is Ryo Hanazawa, and the other one, that hasn't been these orders have not been crossed yet. There's a lot of people crossed out names. but like one of the other ones is Claire Briarwood.
Let's see. Uh, oh,
Also,
okay.
you see a lot of like last names of Hanazawa crossed out throughout the list. And there's one
Let's look.
that says Akane Hanazawa missing, and it's not crossed out yet.
Hmm. It's best to and this is a assassination hit. This.
Mm-hmm. Um, you also find like 5 rubies in there, along with what's it call it? Another box, a green box with something in it, with like a bunch of like Celtic runes on it as well.
Scoop these all up real quick and close the box.
All right, so you just put the box where how it was before on both of them.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Gotta make sure to cover your tracks.
Yeah. And
Alright.
you
Okay.
you
Is the coast clear?
Kamara's like, so far so good. It's been like 6 minutes. I'm counting the minutes. Tamara says, and as Tamara says that, can I see Hanazawa on the couch, kind of like, stir a little bit from their unconsciousness? I was like, mm-hmm.
Is she secure?
I was like, no, not really, but I got some rope.
You might want to tie her up real quick, as in like right now, while she's still unconscious.
Got it. Goes over, ties Hanazawa up really quick, and while she's being tied up, you actually, kind of like see her like squirm a little bit as she kind of like opens her eyes a little bit as Tamara kind of finishes up with the whole tying with the knot and just tying up really like hard. And then Hanazawa starts to just like slash.
Easy, 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 easy. You've been through a lot. We just don't want you to attack us. We're not friends. We're just normal people.
And I'm just
I know
good.
this is nobody the part where I would say that we're friends, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it 100% weird with you. I think that's the best course of action for me to do.
And they kind of like look around. Where am I?
Well, you were in an office instead of the fortress that you somehow managed to infiltrate, and let's face it, you caused a lot of damage here.
What kind of damage are we talking about? Is this?
Let's see, about like 90% of the facility has been scattered across with dead bodies and corpses. I know I said the same thing twice, but just bear with me on it. It kind of makes sense.
Tamara's like, do you remember any of this? I was like, no. What? I did what? Hey.
Well, yeah. You were wearing some form of armor. Rather nice looking armor too. Had like a blue paint style on it. But yeah, that armor was not good for you. It made you have red eyes. It was spewing some sort of very stinky aura. It was just not fun.
With my travels, I kind of like found an armor and then everything went black. And God damn it.
Yeah, That's what happens when you find armor out in the street like that, or out in a cave, or out in some sort of castle that has been forbidden, or something like that. You might want to be careful with those every now and then. Trust me, I've met a lot of people that did that.
I think it was a setup, me finding that thing. I heard that, because I wanted to go and talk and, well, go find a guy named Koga Azuma. He's the leader of the organization of Crimson Moons, and,
Yeah, you did want to find him, and unfortunately, and both fortunately at the same time, this is his office. We don't work for him. Calm down.
I do not like where this is going.
Just remember to relax. Everything is going to be fine. There will be no harm coming to you. You have my solemn vow and word.
Looks around for sword. Doesn't see sword nearby. Alright, who do you work for?
I work for her.
Someone's like, wave. And I was like, what faction are you? And as, Tamara's about to answer, Rowan's like right behind her. Yeah, who do you work for? Tamara slowly looks back, jumps a bit. Oh, shit. I didn't see you. I mean, I don't work for anybody. Rowan's like, yeah, but he works for you?
Yep, I work for her.
Wait a minute.
She paid me a decent amount of gold. A bard can't simply eat on just making music alone, you know.
Squints at Tamara. Tamara kind of like sweats a little bit. Rowan's like, oh, you're that captain of the Emerald Lions, correct? You look familiar. Oh yeah, Koga told me about you. He told me you were a nuisance.
You know what that would make? You know what that would make sense.
Tamara's like, look, I just don't agree with your ideals, alright? Rowan's like, and I don't ever agree with yours. So,
excuse me.
Yep.
Excuse me. If I may be a bit of the mediator here, can we not make this a situation where it is about faction versus faction? This is kind of a bit important right now.
I was like, well, this is always how the factions normally work. I used to work for Crimson Moons and I quit because of this. It's dumb. Everyone's like, yes, sir. I've heard rumors about Prodigy Kogazuma. Called you a failure. Tamara kind of glares at Rowan. Oh, that's what you think. So I was like, look, we're just here to find out things, and I'm not gonna, whatever you're doing, you'll probably stop that. And you kind of see Rowan and Tamara kind of like, okay, so Rowan's more taller than Tamara. Rowan looking down at Tamara, and Tamara looking up at kind of like a little friction in the eyes a little bit. And then Tamara says, done talking to you for now. Rowan's like, she flips her hair. It's like, alright, do what you want. Just don't get in the way.
Well, I'll admit, I didn't actually expect to see a cat fight like that. And this says a lot coming from me. Anyway, let's try to find some common ground here real quick. Tamara, you obviously on the side of justice and make sure that everyone gets their equal share to make sure that everyone she did right, correct?
Tamara's like, yeah. Unlike, looks at Rowan.
And,
Some people.
and Rowan, I assume that you are of the same ilk, correct?
I mean, yeah. That and maybe a little bit of stability in life.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Stability, you know, like stable, like, you know, put your food on the table and whatnot.
Okay, right. Okay, that's what I thought I heard you say. So, now that we're on the same page, can we not try to get at each other's throats? And that's for everybody here in this room.
Hanazawa has been
And let's
quiet this
figure
whole
out.
time, like glaring at the both of them, but like doesn't can't do anything because of the whole tying up situation.
And let's try and figure out this whole situation with this Mr. Koga. Because it seems like he's left a lot of people out of the loop.
Rowan just raises her eyebrow a little bit, the eyebrow a little bit. What do you mean?
Step into my office.
Step in your office?
You know what I meant. God, people really take some jokes nowadays.
That's what I said. Tora said. Alright, just go, and Rowan just goes in. Oops, my bad. I accidentally oofed. Alright. So Rowan comes in. Yeah, Rowan comes in and like, alright, I'm listening. Whatever you have to say.
Alright, Biggie now proceeds to stand on the desk to give more room and be a bit more like dramatic. Okay, so here is the deal. We're going to sit down and hear Miss Hanazawa's side of the story about what happened with this incident. We'll hear your side of the story, and we'll also discuss about what may potentially be going on. But before we get started with that, Miss Rohan, how much do you trust Mr. Koga?
I trust him with my life, I guess.
Your life, you guess.
Yes. Like,
you know,
like
that doesn't really sound. That doesn't really sound like that you trust him 100%, considering the fact that you said you guess. So, do you really trust him with your life 100%, or is it just more so like, I'm only in it for the money, so I have to listen to whatever he says, and I don't question his thoughts?
I don't question. You know, he says shoot, I say go. He said yeah, so that type of thing.
Yes, that's unfortunate. Okay. Right. So, I would trust that you, Mr. Rohan, have a very helpful sense of justice and rights and wrongs in the world, and I imagine you seek to do better for the people of this here city, correct?
Correct.
And you solemnly swear to do that regardless if it pays you well or not?
Yes.
Insight check on that.
Okay. When she hesitated.
16.
You can tell that she doesn't mean that, wanting to be specific. Mark like face
I
palms a bit.
hmm. I feel like your sense of justice is a bit fleeting, and that worries me.
Also,
Because for me to want to trust you and gain the help of the Crimson Moons and help solve the little mishap that you have going on here, and also to avoid having the rest of your soldiers get accidentally murdered for some reason that is outside of your control, I would need better cooperation from someone that I think is probably the next person in charge. I can't really do that if I can't trust you.
Ron's like,
And that is where my problem is. This Mr. Koga Azuma, I don't exactly trust him. And if you're just gonna go ahead and say that you're not really sure about where you stand in this whole protecting other people thing, which I believe was what your job description was told you to do, then I have no reason to really trust you either. So I ask you,
mm,
one final time, how con- how convicted are you to your cause? Are you noble, or are you just simply a goon?
give me a persuasion.
22.
And contesting. Actually, no, I can just say that. Sorry. So she just squints a bit and then says, look, I'm no goon. Vroom vroom. Sorry. I'm no goon, by the way.
You're no goon.
Nah,
So you're saying I can trust you with this?
of course. And she takes out a
Alright.
hand. Takes out a hand.
Ah. That's not how I'm gonna determine your trust.
Hmm.
I have a better way to do that. He points over to Tamara.
Hmm.
I want you to shake her hand.
Tamara's like, sure. And Rowan faces Tamara a bit.
I want you to shake her hand and show that you will establish a connection of camaraderie.
Rowan's like,
And then there will be no betrayal of this contract, no matter what.
sure. Rowan kind of faces Tamara. Tamara's like, shake hands, yo. She takes out her hand, and Rowan, from like, she just takes out her hand from her pocket a little bit, goes over and goes and shakes her hand, and
I'm a inside check that.
okay,
15.
15. So as Rowan is shaking Hamara's hand, you can see that her face is you know, genuine in a way, and Tamara has this kind of like a little bit of confusion as they're shaking hands, and you don't see the back of the hand, but you can you can tell that they shook hands really greatly.
All right.
And
Well then,
hmm,
now that is, I believe, the bond has been settled. We can proceed with the proceedings. Miss Hanazawa, I believe your name was correct.
yeah.
Tell
Yes.
us, what drove you to come to this here facility and search for this Mr. Koga?
Well, just kind of glares at her a little bit, then looks over at Piggy. Well, his faction. You see, I was looking actually for another person named Toshio Himura, but Koga Azuma is the one that did orders in killing a bunch, like my whole family. So, and I was gonna search for him so I can, I don't know, fight him or something.
Oh, wait a second. So you went out your way to go try to fight the person that potentially killed your family, and you don't even have a solitude reason?
Um, I also wanted to see to convince him to break up the Crimson Moons. Um, because you see, my father has been missing and also been looking for him, but
And
ever
your
s-
father's name?
Ryu Hanazawa.
Ah, yes, Ryu Hanazawa. Starts skimming through the notes that he picked up out the box.
Everyone's like, where'd you get those files?
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Um, Somebody came in here earlier and tried to pickpocket these records and stuff earlier today. They busted up the locks, but they never bothered to look inside for some reason. I guess I didn't have enough time because me and Tamada decided to walk into the room, but they already absconded off. I believe it was someone with silver hair. I don't know if it was a tiefling or not, or whoever they were with silver hair, but whoever there was, they came in, rummaged to the office, and left. Evidenced by that door over there that's been hit with dagger marks.
Do I send? Do
This
I do? Deception? Deception? And compare to them.
30/20.
30 20. Alright. Oh, dang. 30 20? Let's see. There. Okay. They look at Rowan. Looks at you. Seems legit. Shrugs a little bit.
Right. So they rummaged through the boxes, but left the boxes open, and apparently they left out of here before they had a chance to look at it was. So of course we were here, and we decided to take a look. And what I found has confirmed my suspicions, and also I think as the person that would possibly be potentially leading the Crimson Moons when the time arises, I think it is important that you know about this, so that way you can better reform this and make better decisions about your crew. This will be fair, correct?
She nods. Sure. I mean, Hanazawa gonna.
Okay, well then gather. Okay, well then everyone gather around at this desk. I have something to show you.
Rowan looks over.
You
Alright.
two, come on. You're not taped to the chair or anything. You can walk.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
All right.
Waddled away.
All right. He lays down the documents. He lays down all the documents. Now this right here is the bullshit.
Looks. Rowan. Well, damn.
It
And.
seems that your friend here, Koga, has been hiding some things about the Crimson Moons and other factions that none of us really know, that he didn't really want anyone else to know about. As for why, we don't entirely know for sure. But from what I'm gathering, there's been histories of blackmailing, perjury, assassination attempts, and whatnot. And then here is a list, what appears to be a hit list. And if the memory serves, Miss, your name is Hanazawa, correct?
Yeah? What's happening?
So, it pains me to show you this, but do any of these names seem familiar to you?
She looks, eyes widening a bit. Oh. Then kind of glares around. Were you the one behind these assassinations? Rowan kind of like looks deadpan, and they're like, no, it is not I.
Inside check.
All right.
That's a 12.
You, you're, you think she's telling you the truth?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys are supposed to be protectors of the city for some reason, I find it kind of odd that an assassination list and assassinations has among with multiple counts of forgery, blackmailing, and amongst other rather seriously heinous crimes would go undocumented and unreported. Yet they wind up here, in your boss's office.
Rowan says it's probably, I don't know, what they call it, when framing of my boss. Maybe whoever was here before put them here. Not sure.
Well, that would be one thing. However, there's also a document here that literally says how to forge for dummies.
I mean, someone else probably put it there while he was away.
I wonder who's the author of it.
You look at the author, and the author is someone named JPEG's family.
I don't know who this is.
Aaron's like, me neither, so,
Anyway, so, as a bunch of instructionals on how to forge and fraud and blackmail and stuff like that here in these boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would find it kind of weird that a person who has access to these boxes, i.e. Mr. Koga, would go out his way to plant something in his own chest and lock it. Don't you think that's kind of weird that someone would walk into his office and do something like that?
Ron is like, well, it could be that, I don't know, maybe someone else plant that there and just basically maybe frame the guy. Maybe it's probably, sabotaging him by, planting this information here. Who knows?
Do you know if Mr. Koga has any enemies that would be willing to do such a thing?
There is the Bloodhawks, and then there's the, she's trying to think a little bit. It is the Dark Hand. There's a secret faction called the Dark Hand that I've been.
Are you serious?
Well, the thing is, they don't usually, reveal themselves, but that could probably be a possibility. I mean, they're not very active with the other factions, but it could be them. Tomorrow's like, I've never heard of the Black Hand before. Ron's like, yeah, because you live under a rock. Tomorrow kind of like glares a little bit. And then Ron says, anyway, yeah, could be them trying to frame. But it could also be the Bloodhawks too, since they're more likely. That's my theory anyways. Hanazawa kind of like all this during the whole time glaring at Rowan, trying to see if she's like basically squinting a lot.
Pulling this out her ass.
Hanazawa like, you sure you're not pulling all of this out of your ass? And like, me lie? Of course not.
Someone please make an insight check on that. The delivery was just.
Oh no. Insight? Oh. Uh, you, she's telling the truth according to you. Hanzo isn't buying any of that shit. And I'm like, that seems to be a little bit shady to me. Everyone's like, it's shady to you because, I don't know, you're out of the loop. You don't know any of this type of thing. You I don't know, resigned from the Crimson Moons. So I was like, I have my reasons. So, going back to Pick. Meanwhile, Pick. So you see Sarah walk away.
I'm assuming Jackson's also with me now since he was with Edgar.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Three birds and 3 women.
The orc finally wakes up, sees this awkward situation with Shay and Red. Other orc lady's like, oh, what did I miss? Oh, who are you? Oh, right, you're the edgy Lord Mama issues.
She remembers you.
She's like, you really have to. How much of the conversation did you actually hear? Or the orc lady's like, a lot of it. She's like, God damn it. And she's like, shouldn't you be going, I don't know, to your orc friends or whatever? Or he's like, I don't have much friends.
I mean, we all think that. I don't think people usually say that. A bit depressing, if you ask me.
The orc woman just says, though I did have a crew when I used to work for the Crimson Moons. And a close friend. What was her name? Akane. Though she was MIA. So I went to look for her and I couldn't find her, and then I got into trouble with this group again.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I think in general, we all should probably not be hanging around here. I mean, you guys are technically wanted criminals in this base, and I'm also the one that just freed all of you, so by association, we can still hang out here for at least a little bit though. But like, yeah, just a little forewarning that we're probably gonna want to dip when we start hearing footsteps coming this way. By the way, who's this Akane person? Like, they got a last name?
Yeah, they're from the Hanazawa clan.
Hanazawa.
Yeah. Oh, right, my name. Junko Aihara?
Alright. Yeah, my name's Pick. Most people just call me Pick. Anyways, so you fought the person that was killing everyone in there?
Um, yeah, they were crazy
Hmm.
strong.
Yeah, that person just wanted to let you know, you did fight someone who was wearing demonic armor. Uh,
Oh, that's what it was. Shit.
yeah,
Um,
something really cool.
well, I do recall that some of their swordmanship was familiar to me.
Hmm.
Even though I
Uh,
didn't have a sword at the moment, I used to have a sword.
hmm. I
I,
do think you said Hanazawa, right?
yeah, Hanazawa.
I think that's the name of the person who was raiding this place.
Raises eyebrow.
I didn't get a first name, but like they kept on calling her Hanazawa.
I mean, it could be one of their relatives or so or whatever trying to kill me.
Why are their relatives trying to kill you? You make a bad impression with the parents?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to think of her of Akane's parents. To be honest, um, one of them was missing. The other one is basically a renegade.
Hmm. Man, it seems like that person has more of a vendetta against the Crimson Moon more so than you. I mean, they let you live, even if just barely.
That's barely. If it weren't for my Orcish heritage, then I'll been a goner.
Oh yeah, you orcs are tough as hell. I'm personally a bird. I more so fly away than take the hit. So it's always great to see people like you on the battlefield, you know?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, so we an orc, a elven pink haired person, and a tiefling, and bird people. Great. This is great. This is great.
That's like the beginning of a terrible joke, but we'll all stand it.
And Red just starts to kind of like start to sing a little bit since she doesn't have her instruments yet, so she's gonna start to sing. Especially like for everybody there. And Figgy, give me a perception really quick to hear the singing.
Mm-hmm. 17.
Alright, so you hear when you're like in the middle of your talking or everything with Rowan, you hear this beautiful lull singing coming off to where the entrance is, and going back to pick. She's like, what are you doing? And Red's like, well, living up the party. Come on. Jiggle's like, I'll just stay here with the bird. Point at Pig. Suit yourself, says Red. She's like watching Red dance and stuff. And she's like, I don't know if I don't know how to dance. Just to be honest.
Shay said that?
Yeah.
I know Jet Shay. Well, then let her give you some lessons.
I mean, she looks intimidating because of all that flowy red hair.
I mean, what was intimidating was the giant soldier, the giant demonic armor that went off and killed this entire place. A person with flowing red hair should be easy enough.
Well, look, the armored person, at least the armored person. Well, okay, so the armored person wasn't scared of me because I know dark shit. This girl, however,
We all know you know dark shit, Magic Moon Lord. Look, just follow her lead. Don't just follow. All right.
give me a persuasion with advantage. And
All right.
you was like, oh come on, that's with the chick. I mean, I like her music.
21.
She's like, all right, I'll dance with her. And but if there's any funny business, I'm pausing it. And she like walks towards Red. Edward just kind of like perches on like in the crate right there watching. And Red sees Shay walk towards her, and there's like kind of like taking out her arm a little bit, and Chase slowly like hesitantly like reaches out for that hand and just starts to awkwardly dance with her. First stiff, and there's like, oh come on, this is how you do like step one, step two, goes in, and Shay kind of like I don't know how to dance. Red's like it's alright, and they just they're trying to dance with Shay a little bit failing a little bit. And so they're awkwardly dancing with each other. And she goes like, to be young again.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that sentiment.
Junko's like, how old are you two, by the way?
Wait, what'd you say?
Junko's like, how old are all of you?
My age doesn't translate well to like human and orcish
Mhm.
years, because like
Mhm.
the Aarakocra only lived for like 30 years, so we do a lot within that short time span.
Hmm.
I am, however, by your guys' standards, I'm technically young.
Hmm.
My kind, I'm past an adult. I'm 5 years old.
Hmm. Junko's like, well, I'm about 19. Um, and she's like, Shay's like, I'm only 17. Ren's like, I'm 20. She's like, really? What the fuck?
I'm technically, I'd be roughly around 25 in
Hmm.
your guys' standards.
Okay.
Man, I feel old. I'm finally gonna live up to 30.
Oh.
Well, that's the circle of life.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the session here
All right.
with the dancing NPCs and the people in this office. And let me go ahead and exit. On the next episode of um
Spinoff Adventures.
Spinoff Adventures with Figgy and Crew. Alright, see you guys later.